photos of me. But if you want to ever distribute them, then please do not put any photo that shows me into Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp. Those are 3 tentacles of the surveillance monster. Facebook does not have users, it has users. It uses them to get their personal data and personal data about other people. Facebook can recognize people in photos by their faces and by the backs of their heads. So if you put into Facebook, through any of its tentacles, a photo in which a person appears, you are helping the company track and surveil that person. So that's a bad thing to do to your friends, and please don't do it to me. Maybe it's okay to do that to your enemies. Also, if you want to take a photo with a mobile device, please, in advance, turn off the functionality of putting the geolocation into every photo, which is what they'll normally do. It may not be enough to turn off location. It may remember the last location it learned, which might not be very far away from here. You need to go to the camera app, then in its parameter settings, you'll probably find something like geotagging in photos. Turn that off. If you're a real wizard, you can remove the geotagging afterwards. But if you don't already know how to do that, you're not a real wizard. So take the precaution in advance, don't risk forgetting. Then recordings. I don't mind if you make a recording, but if you want to distribute copies, please do so only in the formats that are favorable to free software. That means the OGG formats and the WebM format. Also, please make sure the distribution website permits absolutely anyone to download a copy without having to run any non-free software. Now, I'm not talking about the software that runs on the server. I'm talking about the software a user has to use to download from the server. For instance, YouTube requires visitors to run non-free JavaScript code, and if they don't run that, all you see nowadays is an empty window. So please don't distribute this through YouTube. Please verify that the site you're going to use permits downloading a copy with JavaScript disabled or with LibreJS active. It's best if it works with JavaScript disabled. And finally, please put on the recording the Creative Commons No Derivatives license, because this is a presentation of a point of view. If it were teaching a subject, then it ought to be free. So, what is free software? Free software is software that respects the user's freedom and community. Which means that it's not about how you get a copy. It's liber, not gratuit. We're not concerned about price at all. How you get a copy, that's a minor issue. Once you have a copy, how does it treat you? That's what we're concerned about. Does it respect your freedom and community, or does it attack them? If it attacks them, then it's unjust, immoral software. And that's what we're trying to put an end to. So what is a program and what is a computer? A computer is a universal computing engine. It can do all sorts of things, but really it only does one conceptually simple thing. It gets the next instruction and does what that says. And then it gets the next instruction and does what that says. And then it gets the next instruction and does what that says. millions of times a second. It gets the next instruction and does what that says. The instructions come from a program. Depending on what's in that program, it will make the computer do this or that or the other thing. The program can make that same computer do any computation at all, anything at all, except for the impossible things. No program. There's some things that the computer can't do, no matter what the program says.